Hey, good morning, 100,000. Sarasota Tim, coming to you from the desert here in Las Vegas. Oh my goodness, that's the best cup of coffee I've ever drank in my life. Dadgum, it's hot too. Oh shoot. Sorry about that. What's that? A camper parked at a hotel? It's kind of like an oxymoron, isn't it? Anyway, there she is, backed up in all of her glory, in a perfect little parking spot right here. Not hurting anybody. Yesterday I saw a semi-trailer parked over there on that side. She's all chalked up and ready to go. Oh my gosh, that's the best cup of coffee I ever drank in my life. So, everything is working fine. Looking good. Can't wait to give this baby a bath. There's the wow, I'm not kidding you. That's the best cup of coffee you ever drink in your life. Microlite Flagstaff, 25-foot front kitchen bed slide, the FKBS. It's got these Goodyear endurance tires with Dexter axles. I pulled it down from New Harmony, Utah to Vegas here. She pulls like a charm. I mean, she is just as smooth as she gets. It's got the awning up there. And it's about 95 degrees already this morning. I gotta go over here to McDonald's and pick up a zing for Miss T. It's got a little sun beat on that thing right here. On the top, starting to turn white and chalky. And see this here, the gel coat, the fiberglass, whatever you want to call it, the Asdel. It's so far from being shiny, but yet white vehicles always look clean. They don't show the dirt as much as a dark vehicle. But I'll have this thing professionally detailed, and it'll be looking good. That right there, folks, in a pinch, frameless windows, everything beautiful. This is a home. This is every single thing that every single home has. You have nothing more than this right here can provide for you. I mean, think about it. What, a dishwasher? I'm the dishwasher. Yeah, it's got everything you need to live, to keep from being under a bridge. And it's not going to go anywhere. I get down to Florida, I'm not making any rash decisions. This here is going to be sitting in storage somewhere, and a decision will be made if it's going to be used for annual travel, weekly, every other month travel, or full-time travel, or no travel. But that's the best cup of coffee you'll ever drink. But right now, it tows so easy with a half-ton truck, there's no issue whatsoever.
Take it to LA, put it on the streets of Santa Monica, and rent it out for $2,600 a month.
Probably right.
Oh, I know it. Got them all lined up and down the streets.
Yeah, I've heard.
Renting them out.
Are they?
Renting them out online. You can rent a mobile home on the streets of California. Yeah, that's how sick that state is.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
They couldn't give me enough rent to sleep in my baby.
Yeah, I heard
That's
that.
my baby right there.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Thank you. It's 2024.
2020. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Beautiful.
Well, that was an absolute God-meant meeting right there with Mr. Dennis, the gentleman you heard talking. I wanted to put him on camera really bad. It wasn't that he was shy. He had other reasons. I don't pry. But what an interesting individual. And he is from Bakersfield, California, where him and his wife currently live. And he has two beautiful children that are into sports. One, they moved right up to senior from something in football, and another one's a basketball. Hopefully going to be an NBA player. I mean, he's got dreams, of course, for his children like we all do. He couldn't be a prouder person. He didn't have anything good to say about how the state of California is being run, because he lives there, and how it used to be, and what things were, and he lives in Bakersfield, and all of this different stuff that we don't need to go into. You can only imagine. And so he has a similar dilemma that I had. I no longer have it because I want to be with Miss T, and I'll go back to Florida because, you know, she is an exemplary mother, as many are. She is close to children and grandchildren. I have grown children, and they're already spread out, and I'm different. If I want to visit, I can get on an airplane. I don't need to be down the street. Some people do, or, you know, within a short drive. And so that's the way it is. End of story. So that's what Dennis's wife has got the dilemma. He wants to leave Bakersfield. He wants to get out of California. He's 62 years old. He was just informed by me and said it was a real godsend of how people are put together. He didn't know that he could collect his Social Security. He is filing today. Yeah, he did not even know. He is so thrilled right now. And his wife works for a county. And so she's going to get a nice little pension. And she's about ready to retire or something like that. But he wants to leave and she doesn't. So, you know, he's got a little food truck business he wants to start with this mobile trailer, and cooking fish, selling produce and things like that, because they grow a lot of produce, as you know, in Bakersfield. So he's got a way to make some money in that area, but he, without going into all the things that we discussed, he just would like to be somewhere else. And it just doesn't look like it's going to happen because, you know, his wife has got to be around her children and her sister and, I don't know, other people. So, but I just wanted to share that with you because he didn't know about Social Security. And he didn't want to be on video because of this. He said he did a commercial one time. They asked him and his daughter were in an area, and there's this famous business that was trying to make a commercial that day. And he said, hey, you and your daughter want to be in our commercial? And the daughter said, come on, Dad. And so they did. And what happened was they went in, they had this whole recording studio. It was a big production. And he said everywhere he went, he was recognized. His friends were calling him and stuff. I guess he just didn't care for the notoriety. But we got a big line here in the drive-through McDonald's this morning because I sat and talked to Dennis when I was making the video of the camper there for quite a while. We talked. In fact, I had to tell Tammy twice. I said, are you ready? You want to go with me? Because I haven't even left yet. And so she said, no, that's all right. Just go ahead and bring it back. So at 10:30, it's 7:35 local time, and it's already 100 degrees. It's 98 degrees. It's going to be 114 today. Johnny Vegas is going to pick us up and take us downtown and Fremont Street. And there's a place he keeps talking about called Lake Vegas. Lake Las Vegas Lake, something like that. There's eateries there or something there. And I don't know if T's into it or not. Sounds kind of boring to me if it's outside, but then again, I could be wrong. I don't even know what it is. So let me order this here.
Probably be in the full black.
No, I won't.
Okay.
Yes, one large Coke,
Okay.
one plain biscuit with butter and honey.
Butter and honey, anything else?
That'll be all.
All right, so this is the first one now.
Thank you. So, we're going to do that today, and then this evening, we're going to have our steak dinner, and hopefully Johnny Vegas's wife, her name is something wing. I know I told Tammy now, so let's not forget it. It's 2 words. Anyway, hopefully she'll join us. And then I'll have that truck, this truck, hooked up before going to bed and retiring tonight to the camper there that you saw, ready to yank out of here before the temps get up at another crack of dawn time. Now it gets daylight here at 5:30. In Utah, it didn't get daylight till like 6:30. So we can leave really early and get, I mean, the weather in Flagstaff and Williams and Albuquerque is much milder. Once we leave the west, it's going to be the summer temperatures, but nothing like this oppressive heat here. And we're heading back to Florida, and we'll be going at our own pace. So that's the future. That's the plan. You'll see what videos I put up today and what they are, but it was really a pleasure to meet Mr. Dennis this morning and share with him. He was I got to use my phone now to pay. He was a real interesting person. He is from, where did he say? Wisconsin or somewhere up there where they grow corn and all that. He is not from California or Florida. And anyway, let me pay for this. Crush it. All right, today's order behind me was another, sorry, I can't turn, this car was too wide, I'm too wide, was another $11. Yesterday was $11 as well. And I didn't receive a beep, a wave, or a thank you. But that's fine. I think they were at the window looking at the lady and waiting for the lady to tell them how much it was and was taking an order from somebody else or whatever. But we did pay for the order behind us, and I know they'll be thinking about it. Doesn't matter whether they thanked me or not. They'll be thinking about it in their mind, and that's the mainest thing, as my friend says. So I got a nice zing here. It looks like there's a lot of diamonds and pearls and sparkles, as Miss Tammy says, so it should be a good zing for her and her biscuit with butter and honey. Hopefully everything is in there. I'm not checking. And I can't wait to get back to get the best cup of coffee I ever had in my life. This morning I had 1 cup. My goodness, that was good. I wanted to get another one there, like a senior cup, but I can get it for free here, and it was so good. And they have the breakfast going until 10, of which Miss T never participates. She might have a waffle or something, but she likes what she likes, and that's it. And I want to get her what she likes. So yeah, here we are in Vegas. We're going back to Florida. I want to say this. All right? I want to say this. When it comes to the weather here, this heat, this whole story about it being drier and no humidity and humidity's worse, let me tell you what it is. Gospel. Honest truth. Its tie goes to the runner. It would be very difficult for me to pick during the dog days of summer in Florida, which is next month even, August. Supposedly, Johnny Vegas says July is their hottest month. During the hot time, they both blow. I mean, they blow chunks. This is the worst experience. She came out here years ago, and it was the same time of year. I gotta figure out, don't get lost again, Baker. Going to Best Western again. And that's all she's ever told me when we talk about out west and why she doesn't want to move out here. Because that's what she remembers. That's what's in her brain. And here she is, flies in, and then I take her to California and she feels the cool weather. And again, I'm turning wrong. So she's never going to come here. She thinks that's what it is. She can't even imagine. And Johnny Vegas says that 99% of the time, other than July and August, this is a beautiful place. And 3 million people can't be wrong. In Florida, you got 9 months of the year, 9.5 months of the year of mosquitoes, sweating, humidity, hot, humid, nasty, sweating, hot weather. It is what it is. But in the dog days of May, June, July, August, I mean, those 4 months, especially June, July, and August, it's dreadful. This is why the Northerners leave Florida in droves. That's why they leave Bullhead City in droves. And it's a vacant town because that gets very, very hot, like Death Valley. This is an unusual heat wave that they're having. 114 is not unusual. But when they had 120 degrees the other day, that was a record, Johnny Vegas said. And I believe it. Where is the hotel? Over here. And so, you're never going to convince T that living here in Henderson, which I think is a wonderful town, 10 months of the year is just beautiful. And you could deal with it for 6 or 8 weeks, or, because see, most people don't leave. I'm sure some do. Most people don't leave. They get good weather the majority of the year. They get their hot, they're in the desert. But it gets cold here in Vegas. It's 2,500 feet above sea level. Florida, I've heard her complain so many times on Christmas. Another hot Christmas. 85 degrees they're predicting for Christmas Day. And she would want a little cold front to come in. The cold fronts come, they get to Fort Pierce, like 50 miles north of West Palm, and die. They just won't go below Lake Okeechobee. They just don't go that far south. It just don't get cold ever in South Florida. Ever. We get it a few days. I mean, it gets darn right cold. A few days. It's not even worth mentioning. That's all you get. And the rest of the year, yes, it is beautiful in the wintertime for like 3 months. But you got 9 months. It's like living in Atlanta. Atlanta, you have the worst summer in the world. You have the worst fall and winter of the world because it's cold. It doesn't have to snow to be cold, folks. Fall and winter blow. Summer, hot Atlanta, blows. You get the spring, the leaf changes and all that. That's when it's nice. 3 months of the year. So you get 10 months of the year good here. You get 3 months of the year good in Florida, but you don't have to deal with cold. You just deal with hot all year long. Georgia, you get 3 months good a year, but it's mostly cold. And you don't get to do like outdoor stuff. It's not like Florida or here. It's cold. Really is. What I love about here's weather is how the bottom drops out at night and it goes down, and in the mornings, like Cedar City and all that, it gets chilly at night and then warms up during the day. But that heat escapes because there's no clouds. Florida, thunderstorms at midnight, 1 in the morning, lightning, tornadoes, hurricanes, humidity, torrential flooding. I mean, dangerous, horrific lightning thunderstorms, power outages. But it's green, it's got palm trees. That's where the rich and famous live. Boating, great fishing. I'm talking about the South Florida. I mean, Florida's completely different. You go to Jacksonville, forget it. I wouldn't live there for nothing again. That place blows. Nothing there. Nothing there. That's why the Jeff, the guy that bought my cramper's leaving there. He ain't got no use for it either. So, Orlando, you're about hot. Forget it. All right, let's go inside. We're done with the video. Morning chat. Enough complaining. Crush it.